How's it going, EZL? I'm Blakenator of 2016 here with my good pal Imperium, bringing you a nice EZL SA semifinals match.
Yeah, this match, Blakenator, is between the Dark Ghost and Gregorio Army. Unfortunately, due to just slight technical difficulties, we weren't able to catch the first game of the series between these two teams. So to let everybody know that Gregorio Army took the first game in this series. So again, like Blake mentioned, this is the semi-final of the SA. So it is interesting to see what will happen. Blake, have you casted or had any kind of contact with games in SA region?
I've casted a game here and there, but not too many with the SA. So it's always good to see the skill levels of the other regions, other than like NA or EU that I'm used to casting.
Exactly, that's the thing. Like, I've never casted an SA myself. I've never played an SA myself. So I'm really curious and interested to see if the meta is any different, if the bans are any different. Even though the meta right now in the 2.10 patch is quite wide, the bans are generally quite similar. I'm finding myself, at least in the EU region. So I'm definitely interested from my point of view to see what we're gonna have between the two teams here.
Yep, and looks like we are ready to get into this game two here. And let's see how this draft goes.
Yeah, it seems like all the players are ready to get going again. So as I said, Gregorio Army took the first game, so it seems like Dark Ghosts are going to look to see if they can take it to a 3-game series. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, what we're going to see. So the usual picks, the usual bans right now, Blake, is generally something like a Lorelei and Lyra, or even a Blackfeather Lyra tends to be the two bans that are seen quite often, as said, at least in the EU region.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's going to be interesting, just waiting for the producer man to take us into draft. And Terry, if you want to take us into draft, there you go.
All right, there we go. So we'll get right into this game too, and let's see how these bands are going. You looking forward to anything? Any kind of specific picks or bands you kind of want to see in this draft?
I do want to see the Lorelei, to be honest, because as we see a Lyra ban, I'd love to see a Lorelei come out. But it seems like an Arden ban, Arden Lyra now, that is a ban I'm yet to really see right now in terms of an Arden, because I do get it in terms of Arden is probably the most versatile and strongest captain right now, as you see the Lorelei is picked up, which I'm happy about. And just let everybody know that it is the Dark Ghost on the left-hand side and Gregorio Army on the right-hand side for the second match. So we see Gregorio Army, they picked up Catherine Celeste. Both those heroes, Blake, they provide really good CC against the enemy team.
And I mean, if you can combine the Merciless Pursuit from the Catherine mixed with that Core Class from the Celeste, if you have good synergy with each other, just get that timing down, you can chain that stun and you can do such a massive effect on these players. But Sky coming out is going to be a good pickup, being able to dodge around with the Surrey Strike, avoiding those stuns, and just get that burst damage out. And having that big barrier coming out from the Lorelei ult could give them a nice boost in this game. Ooh, and the Taka pickup. So it's going to be a weapon Sky. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, that's weapon power Sky is quite versatile and is definitely a strong hero and stronger than she has been in previous patches of like but it is going to require her to get to that 2 or 3 item power spike. So I think this game is going to be somewhat of maybe a passive early game. Wait until Taka gets level 6. The Sky gets 2 or 3 items under her belt, and then it will be somewhat good engagements again. The Dark Ghosts do have good CC with the Lorelei, but she is not a frontline Captain Hero, unlike the Catherine. So that is going to be interesting to see how the Dark Ghosts play her and how they take advantage of these team fights.
Yeah, I think really even matchup here. Good picks on both sides. I think it could definitely go either way, but in my opinion, I think it's favoring just slightly towards Team Gregorio on that side B. I'm liking the Catherine Celeste, and then having that weapon Idris on top of that to go in, do that burst damage with that silence from the blast tremor. That Idris is going to be able to do a massive amount of burst damage and get in there and just take them down.
Yeah, and I would worry about the Taka. He's gonna have to really time his Kaku perfectly so that if he is about to get stunned, that he goes into the Kaku at the right time to avoid being sided by either the Catherine or the Celeste. And never mind the fact that the Helios do provide vision in any kind of bush or area that the Taka might be, so that does help and take a slight bit of pressure off the Catherine when it comes to vision.
Yeah, and there goes the fish food. Not quite going to land on anyone, but getting those piranhas out is trying to do some damage. The Heliogenesis coming down, doing some nice damage onto the Lorelei. Going for the engage. There goes the Merciless Pursuit. The Chitin is going to do some nice damage on Wallaby. Going in for the Celeste, though. And, man, good fight. Taka getting kind of low. There goes the Chitin over some of that Heliogenesis damage. But Idris coming down. Fish Food is not going to land on anyone. Merciless Pursuit going to stun the Taka. Core Collapse not going to land on anybody. Taka going for that kill, and that's going to be first blood for Dark Ghost, and Celeste goes down. Fish Food coming up is going to be able to stun that Catherine, and that's going to be a great engage for Dark Ghost there for that first blood, and they're going to be able to get out of there and hopefully get that mid Elder Treant.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be a weapon power Taka and a crystal power Sky. So weapon power Taka isn't something that we've seen a lot like recently in the last couple of patches. The only sighting of weapon power Taka we saw in the past was when Tension Bow was really strong as an item, and you could get Tension Bow Aftershock on attack, and the burst that would be provided was absolutely immense. But so it's going to be interesting how Ite Yate plays him and how it goes in against the enemy team.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the late game in this weapon power Taka. It's going to be something to have a lot of fun with, and I can't wait to see how he makes this work.
Definitely, yeah, because it's going to be weapon power, the Kaku isn't going to be up off cooldown as much, so it's going to make it twice as important as an ability. How quickly and not necessarily how quickly, but he gets it off at the exact right moment that he's either not stunned or caught out.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if he might be building maybe a spell sword in his build, maybe for that cooldown.
Yeah, spell sword on the cooldown would definitely help. Spell sword as an item hasn't really been too strong or too much.
Going for the Elder Treant. Core Collapse going down is going to miss the Taka, but Taka's going to get stunned by the Merciless Pursuit. He's going to go out of there with the Kaku, and he is going to be able to get out because the Crystal Sentry is not up yet.
He's still going to have to be careful because those Helios can't side him out, but it does seem that he has gone out of safety, but he is going into a bush with a scout trap, so the Idris would have seen him.
Yeah, but the Scout Trap not going to be able to put vision on him. Sky going in with the Ford Barrage, doing some nice damage onto that Idris. Ooh, the Healing Flask being popped is going to be able to bring him back up by a little bit of HP. And Sky getting pretty low here. But here comes Lorelei with the help. Fish Food not going to land on anyone. Piranha's going down, though. Forward Barrage coming out from Sky is going to do some nice damage, but she's going to be able to back off. And Idris is going to go back to that farming. Having that book of eulogies is going to help him get that HP back up to full.
Now all of Gregorio army are now up in lane, so it does seem like they're maybe gonna look to do a little bit of a push, as it is only Lorelei who's in that position. No, but they have backed off. It does mean that they're able to go back to shop. But I want to talk real quickly about Sky, who's gotten Frostburn as first item. Frostburn as an item in itself fell off because it essentially got nerfed in terms of the movement slow that it created. Um, so even as a first item for a Sky, it's not very popular. I'm not gonna say it's not
Oh,
viable.
Catherine going into the bush with all three of them, but they're not going to be able to do anything about that. Ford Barrage coming down is going to not connect with the Idris. Fish food getting close, doing some damage on the Idris, but not quite landing that stun. And they're going to back off, not quite engaging yet in this fight.
Yeah, it just seems like they're just trying to play slippery game right now on the side of the Dark Ghost and just using the Taka as a bit of a distraction more than anything and just giving the Sky more freedom to farm up. So yeah, Frostburn isn't really super viable right now on Sky. Not saying it's a bad pick, but it's not the most popular item. People tend to either go for an not an aftershock, a Shatterglass, or even a Dragon's Eye. Dragon's Eye first item on Sky is something I've seen far more often. So it's going to be interesting to see how he makes use of the Frostburn.
Yeah, I do understand the slow, but I think getting that damage out first with either the Shatterglass or the Dragon's Eye is the better option, and maybe going a second item, Frostburn for that slow. But we'll see how he makes this work.
Yeah, definitely. And just to give people a little bit of information about this new hero, Lorelei. So the A abilities.
Oh, damage coming out from Idris. Taka down to half health. The flare coming down, but he's going to be able to back off. Not quite being able to pick up that kill. Lots of vision down, though, so going to be able to spot him in his Kaku in that shop bush. They're going to rotate up and try to push this lane onto that turret.
Very good by Wannabe Wallaby, to be honest, to get all that vision down, not taking the fact that it's weapon power Taka as any kind of advantage to not putting vision out. He's just going, he's taking that vision as a priority, which is really good. It's really good to see from the Catherine here. So now, as we do see, Lorelei is coming up just to help support the Sky, see if they can do a bit of just a push and maybe push those minions.
Now, you're talking about the Frostburn on the Sky, but let's look at the Frostburn on the Celeste. So we do have that slow coming out from Celeste as well. So gonna have slows on both sides. I think it's honestly a really good pick. While a Shatterglass or Dragon's Eye for that early damage would be nice. I think having the mobility of that Taka might be the little bit that they need in these fights.
If it was a CP Taka, I would disagree with Frostburn. As we do see, Lorelei has been a bit of a nuisance with the fish food ability and even the B ability of Splash now. Yeah, if it was a Crystal Power Taka, I would disagree with look at that. That fish food just really does its job.
And yeah, I have to agree. CP, he'd have a lot more mobility, be able to burst him down a lot faster. You want to be able to take him down as fast as possible. But him being weapon, you want to be able to slow him down. There goes the blast tremor. Is going to get that silence off on all of them. Idris going to go in, take down that Taka. The burst damage I was talking about. And there goes the shimmer strike. Going to go in, do some nice damage onto the Sky. But Sky is going to be able to take him down with the forward barrage. That's going to be a one-on-one trade. Celeste doing some nice damage onto that turret. Looking for that first turret kill. There goes the core collapse onto the Lorelei. Lorelei gets stunned. Heliogenesis is going to do some nice damage. Key breaks ass is getting really low, but they are going to be able to get out of there. Celeste going down to take some of that Taka's farm.
Yeah, and the Celeste is level 8, so it does have that range advantage on the Helio, but Taka is looking to chase Celeste down here, Blake.
Oh, Taka going in for the kill. Core collapse not quite going to connect. And Taka, the Shatterglass, is going to be able to finish, or not Shatterglass, Sorrow Blade is going to be able to take him down pretty fast.
Yeah, and in that also we saw the Catherine go down to, I believe, the Sky as well, but now the turret is pushed, so it seems like Idris is going to be able to just complete that.
Yep, worst player SA is going to be able to take down that turret as well as the Lorelei. But here comes Taka. Boop. There goes the Idris.
Somewhat scrappy team fights now, as you do see Taka and Sky just looking to maybe push in and even take the turret on the side of Gregorio army to even things up a little bit. Nice nice vision placement there for the scout trap from Wannabe Wallaby. It does mean that less likely that the attacker is gonna hit that, and it does mean that with the scout trap difference, where you compared to previous patches where you see the range of the scout trap, it means that the where you place the scout traps makes it a lot easier for the enemy team not to pop them. So that's really good placement from the cat.
Yeah, really good job with those scout trap placements, and I think they're gonna have a really good effect on this Taka. Not gonna be able to walk on them as easily, just that out of the way positioning, but with as much benefit from that area of effects and division as possible. Taka going in onto the Celeste, already taking her down half health with one hit. That Sorrow Blade doing hefty damage against the Celeste. Not even with that tier 2 armor. Whew.
Yeah, weapon power attack is a little bit. I wouldn't say it's underrated. It's just not in the meta. It's just not an option that we're seeing right now. Just because there's so many heroes now that give a lot of CC, that weapon power attack is just a little bit too squishy and vulnerable when it's weapon powers. But when it's CP and you have that burst of the aftershock, it doesn't really matter if you 100%, let's say, go down in a team fight, because there's always a chance you're going to get a kill before you go down. And then with the cooldown, you're able to go into Kaku a lot easier when it's CP.
Yeah, and we see the Idris going with the Sorrow Blade breaking point build on this Idris. So going for the more build up damage build. Looks like it might be going for either a bone saw or a tension bow next item, assuming a tension bow, but we'll see when he finishes it off.
Yeah, he does have 1.2k gold in his coffers, and he hasn't gone for that third item yet. He has actually gone for reflex block, which is good. It gives him a lot more defense when he is engaging onto Sky, whether it's blocking the fish food or it's even blocking the death from above. Like,
Yeah, there goes the Kaku from the Taka going in on the Celeste, doing some nice damage, is going to be able to avoid that merciless pursuit. But Idris going in with the Shroud Step onto the Sky, doing some nice damage. Shimmer Strike going in, but the Forward Barrage is kiting so well against that Idris, and Sky is going to be able to take him down. Catherine getting abused by the Sky. Taka going to finish off that Celeste. Celeste not being able to counter him very well. And that's going to be an ace. Good job by the Sky, Lorelei, and Taka. Doing good, focusing down that Idris, and then taking down the Celeste with Catherine not being able to do much.
yeah, it was definitely great by the Idris to focus on the Sky, because it's who he has to focus on. But the fact of the matter is that the rest of his team was far too behind him, so that there was no support being able to be provided. And you're right, because the Sky was able to kite the Idris so perfectly, and Lorelei was with the Sky, all that CC, and the fact that Taka, after engaging onto the Celeste, went back to help the Sky on Idris, showed great focus on the side of Dark Ghost. Really good stuff in that engagement, and totally deserved that ace.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that a lot of people make the mistake of in team fights when they're going for that Celeste. Like, if you were playing the Taka going for that Celeste, most people would keep going for the Celeste, even seeing the Idris going down on that Sky. But showing that restraint to back off and go help out with the Idris, take him off, give you that 3-2 advantage by taking out that Idris is just, it shows you the difference between skill levels and knowing when to back off, when to engage and when to back off.
Exactly, when to engage and when to back off, and who to focus on, because there's no point in as in, you're better off finishing a team fight, or even going through a team fight by taking one of the enemy team out. And also the fact that at the end of the day, Taka was going against 2v1 essentially, and also it was under third, so it just made complete sense for the Taka to go back and not only save himself, but as I said, secure the kill on the Idris. So really good stuff by Ite. God, that is a hard IGN to pronounce. But yeah, and overall, Dark Ghost as a team really took advantage by getting the third after that ace. But we do see that that now Ite has got a bone saw, which does help protect them a little bit more against that weapon power defense.
Yeah, for sure. And having that 8-2 lead right now, they have about a 2.5 3K gold lead against Gregory Army. And so really good job by them getting that clear lead. Look at that Sky build, already having that Frostburn, Dragon's Eye, and Eve. And there goes the Solar Storm. It's a going down low, but the fountain goes off. Idris locking on is going to be able to take him down. Is he going to be able to get out? Though the Ford Barrage coming down from Sky. Sky is going to be able to finish off the Idris. Surrey striking over is going to try to get onto that Celeste, but is not going to be able to connect. Lorelei still alive. Surrey strike. There goes the death from above. Ford Barrage is going to do some nice damage on the Celeste, but it is finished. Surrey strike is going to be able to take him down, and that's going to be an even trade for Dark Ghost. So able to take down the Celeste, and they're not going to have that much of an advantage in this fight.
Yeah, that's going to mean overall nothing for both teams. Kath isn't going to be able to take the Kraken on her own, and either is the Lorelei. One thing I want to point out, though, really good focus by the Idris, worst player SA, to actually step away from trying to focus on the Sky because of Sky's kiting ability and actually focus on the Taka. Because, yeah, okay, in most situations, when you're against Taka, you kind of try to ignore the Taka because he's so slippery and squishy. But when you're Idris and you're kind of just as mobile, it's actually right to focus on the Taka, especially because it's weapon power Taka. And right now, because it's Idris who was in lane, he's got more damage and more items under his belt with the Breaking Point, Sour Blade, Bonesaw. And also, the Taka doesn't have any weapon power defense, whereas the Idris does have weapon power defense as well as the Aegis now. So it means that he's actually completely right to focus on the Taka.
Yeah, really good choice. Breaking off of the Sky onto the Taco was able to get that kill and bring it towards their favor. But the Sky, really good job with the Surrey strikes and the Ford barrages. So much mobility coming off of her that she's just able to dodge around all these stuns and was able to take out the Celeste even though she died. Ooh, Lorelei getting caught out is going to be able to dodge the core collapse though. The Wonder Wall is going to come up. And, oh man, getting low. Death from Above is going to go down. Blast Tremor is going to silence the Sky, but not the Lorelei, but Taka is going to go down from that Idris. And they're going to be looking for the Kraken here. And it looks like they're going to be able to get it.
Yeah, you can't let yourself get caught out when you're a hero like Lorelei. Lorelei is not a front line hero. She's a backline hero. She's not 100% mobile. Has good CC, but when you let yourself get caught out in a 3v1 situation like that, it was just always going to spell trouble. So, and it also came down to partly that amazing vision again on the side of Gregorio Army. That Kath's doing a stellar job of just getting those scout traps.
Oh, there goes the Merciless Pursuit, followed by the Core Collapse, is going to double stun the Sky, but Sky is going to be able to get out. Ford Barrage is going to do some nice damage onto the Catherine, and the Eve is going to get her some nice HP back. Kraken is going to be able to take down that turret, though, and that's going to be nice fish food coming down. Is going to be able to stun that Idris. Fountain coming off from the Catherine. And there goes the Core Collapse. Going to be able to... No, not going to stun the Taka. Taka going to pop that Reflex Block. Sky getting really low. And the Idris with the Shimmer Strike is going to be able to hop on that Sky and finish her off. That's going to be the Choke Point turret. And Kraken is at half HP. And they're looking to push this for the game-winning push right here. Are they going to get that 4-turret push?
They are. I don't think they're going to get secure game with this, but they're definitely going to get this turn. They might even get the next turn because it is a Celeste.
Oh, yeah. Worst player SA just avoiding and ignoring the heroes, going straight for the turret. Solar Storm's going to come out, almost take down this Catherine, or the Taka. Taka goes down. They're focusing the turret. Kraken is dead, but is that going to be game? Can Celeste finish it off? No! Oh, my goodness. They need to finish off those minis. The minions are going to take the crystal. Oh, my gosh. That was so close.
Absolute skin of their teeth. The Dark Ghost pull off the most amazing Vein Crystal saves I've ever seen, Blake, and this is just blowing up. Yeah, give full credit to both teams. Gregorio Army took a full advantage of that Kraken push, and they did their best. You cannot say that they did not try. You cannot say that if they had done something different, they would have won. No, they focused perfectly on those turrets, and it was just that determination and the focus by the Darkos as a team just about saved that Vein Crystal from going down. Just to remind
Yeah.
everybody that this is the semi-final of the EZL SA, and Gregorio Army are already one game up. So the Darkos are fighting to stay in the series. The winner of this best of three goes through to the final of the EZL SA, Blake.
Yep. And the thing that just makes me laugh about that save on the crystal is low tier players, they would completely miss that one minion that was behind that crystal. They would be like, "Oh, we got the ace. Let's go heal up. Let's push that a few turrets. Maybe try to get some of that gold back." And they would miss that one minion, and that minion would end up taking the crystal.
Exactly. It's it's just amazing stuff. I'm so impressed by the Dark Ghost because, as you said, any kind of lower skilled people or let's say less experienced would be I wouldn't say give up, but they would just have not the determination that we saw. So it's gonna be interesting. The next team fight is gonna be do or die for Dark Ghost. To be honest, Gregorio Army, they have all their turrets up. They are comfortably ahead in terms of map control and vision. Right now, this is up to Dark Ghost to just do what they can in terms of getting rid of any kind of scout traps that are on the side of Gregorio Army. And it's essentially they just need to fight for their lives in the next team fight. They cannot allow Gregorio Army to get cracking like they are going for now.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna be able to take it with the damage coming out from the Idris as well as the Celeste, and that's gonna be a Kraken for Gregorio Army. They're looking to push this for the game here. Will Dark Ghost? Dark Ghost is gonna want to engage as soon as possible. They're not gonna want to let them get close to the crystal at all.
Yeah, it's scary stuff for Dark Ghost, but we saw the determination. It's going to be up to them. They have to pull out the team fight of their lives, and they have to now.
Oh, and there goes Idris for the back door. While Catherine is distracting the Lorelei, it looks like we might have an AFK Taka. Oh my goodness. So Sky gonna be able to take down the Celeste. The Merciless Pursuit coming out is gonna stop the Lorelei. That's gonna be game for Gregorio Army. Taka coming back a little too late. Oh
yeah,
man.
I would like to think that that was just simply a small kind of disconnection issue at the completely wrong time on the side of the Dark Ghost. And shame because I still got to give them credit where credit is due. They pulled out some amazing team fights, and especially at the end to just save, just to save their chances for that a little bit longer. And as in the end, it prolonged their defeat. And Gregorio Army, they were essentially perfect in how they defended any kind of engagements coming out from the Dark Ghost. Great focus between both the Idris and the Celeste to focus on the right hero to go for in the team fights. Amazing vision from Wannabe Wallaby. They had the contraption, had the echo, and then had even a null wave. So he didn't even feel he needed or wanted Atlas because when you're against a weapon power attacker, he's so slippery that kind of getting the Atlas off, there's very little chance you're going to get off, right? So you're better off actually saving that slot for something like, as we saw, contraption, echo, null wave, and then more vision to give your team a bit more control. So GG, well played to Gregorio Army, and they take this series 2-0.
Yeah, really good gameplay by both teams. And I'd like to think they were still going to win with that Kraken push, but it would have been nice if Taka was there. I think they could have put a good effort and at least come close to taking out that Kraken. I think they had a good chance possibly bringing this back. While that chance was slim to none, there's always that little bit of chance.
Of course. Like, there's always that little chance and there's always that little bit of hope. that when it's a full on team, because we saw the Sky take out the Celeste. One thing though, do you think? And I do think it would have been a bit more successful for the Dark Ghost as a team if it had been CP Taka and Weapon Power Sky instead of the other way around.
Now, I think it could have been a bit more successful, but there is the fact that CP Taka is more reliant on his abilities, and if you can land that blast tremor with the Catherine, CP Taka is shut down. With Weapon Taka, you can still use your basic attacks. You can still rely on that damage coming out from your autos, but with CP Taka, you get silenced. There's nothing you can do for that good 3 seconds you're silenced. And if you get that echo off and they don't block either of the silence, Taka is pretty much shut down for the entire team fight.
That's true. The only thing I would say about that is that we saw late game that the weapon power Taka fell off so much more than CP Taka, in my opinion, because Celeste was not really threatened in those team fights towards the end, at least. Yeah, of course, the whole wasn't sorry. Of course, Weapon Power Taka provided that little bit of basic attack damage, and it was able to get onto the enemy in some way, but without that burst, it did feel that the Taka was just missing something, and it just wasn't doing enough in those team fights, Blake.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's going to end it for the series of Dark Ghost versus Gregorio Army. Really good gameplay by both teams, and really great semifinals for this EZL SA.
Yeah, and it does mean that Gregorio Army goes through to the final, and it will be interesting. I believe it is between them, and I don't know if the other semi-final has been played between Raptors and Mecha Kings. So it's going to be an interesting final, and I look forward to either being a part of the casting for it or even watching it live on stream, Blake.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely going to be a good match. But that's going to do it for us for tonight. Go check us out, EZL. Check us on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We're always here, ready to bring you some great matches, and we'll be looking forward to the next game that we bring you for your entertainment.
Definitely. I just want to say a real quick thank you to Anteri Waist Deep in Blood on Twitch for streaming this amazing match, and give him a subscribe as well. Give him a follow on Twitch and even a bit of a follow on Twitter as well. And I've been Imperium. I'll leave it to Blake to finish it off completely.
Yep, well, that's going to be it for tonight. Glad to be here for you guys to give us this great match. And it was fun casting with you, Imperium. And Terry, thank you for streaming again. Really good job from both teams. And can't wait to see these finals and the rest of the semifinals going off. Going to be a great EZL series. And that'll be all. And we will see you all later.